Jacob, pull up the receipts.
Okay.
What receipts?
Okay. How did you go from small blue HP laptop
Oh my god.
to this?
What is this?
Turning up with
Tory Lanez, man.
Opening up for Tory Lanez. How did this happen, man?
She ain't gotta tell me what to do with it. I already know. Been knew I had a juice with it. Y'all ain't ready though. Outside, got the vision going. I'ma make it go.
Gosh, I don't know Dion. I looked at him like, nah, come on, chill. Why would you be in Nashville, Tennessee? And I looked, he turned, looked at me, and I was like, I literally panicked, bro. I panicked.
Did you talk to him? Like, did you say anything to him? Or
I was literally like stuttering the whole time. I was like, and I was like, thank you for everything. I literally just thank you for everything. Took a couple of pictures, and then yeah, that was that. That was the most, probably the best moment of my life. Honestly.
Who's your favorite player?
Oh, Dion.
Really?
Yeah.
So you play center mid?
Yeah.
I play that position. I'm more like a Pogba Yaya Toure.
Pogba? Cruncher, eh?
Yeah.
Crunch?
Passes. Finesse through passes. All right. You ready?
We start?
Yeah, man.
All right, I'm ready to roll.
You started, boy.
Actually, can you slide in just a little bit so we're not cut off? Okay, all right. So, welcome to another episode of Atila TV. Our guest for today is DJ Tuffy, a.k.a. Josh Tuffinho.
How's it going, guys?
I'm your host, Tommy White, and on today's episode, we have a new host.
Jacob Munene. I'll be in the next few episodes, so I'm excited to see you guys.
All right. So, for today's episode, we have Josh, a.k.a. DJ Tuffy. So, Josh is actually a DJ, hence the name DJ Tuffy. That's actually open for Tory Lanez. And before that, he's actually currently a student at Niagara University playing D1 soccer. So, get you a man that can do both. So, the question I always like to start off with is, Josh, at 16, what were you like at 16 years old?
Oh, 16 years old, I didn't care about anything. I just wanted to play soccer. Didn't care about my looks. Didn't care about what people thought of me. Just wanted to do my own thing. I was very curious and ambitious. And honestly, that's when the world was just simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 16 years old, didn't have anything to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Just had your friends, wanted to go out and go to the park, play soccer. That was just my life, basically.
So at that point, like, your goal was like professional soccer?
Yeah, 16 years old was just soccer. Didn't care about anything else in my mind.
See, the thing about soccer is, like, any professional sport is almost like the odds of you making it are like so low.
Very low.
So like at that point, were you thinking like plan B, like if you don't make it?
Honestly, at that point, I wasn't thinking about plan B. It was until university when I started thinking about plan B. I have both my sisters and my brother-in-law who were into banking, and I thought of getting into investing and financial planner and that stuff. But this is something I never really was super interested, you know? If I'm going to do something, I want to do something I'm fully invested in.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought soccer was the best career at that time.
Yeah. You said life was simpler back then. Is there something that changed when you went to uni that, you know, you became more mature, you cared about stuff more?
When you realize that the competition is by the thousands, you know?
That's true.
When you're going against all these great players and all these great people who literally will do anything for it, you know? And with all these distractions in life and things that hit you, you want to get a car, you want to get a job and all that stuff, it's hard to fully invest yourself into that one thing. So that's when I started thinking about, oh, maybe I need a plan B, or what's my second passion, or what am I going to do if I get injured or something. So I thought of, like, maybe let's go into other things. You know?
So like in grade 12, so like when you were in grade 12,
yeah.
Wait, so even though you knew you wanted to play professional soccer, because some people, they want to play professional soccer, like in Europe, for example, like they don't go to school.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to go to university if you want to play professional soccer?
So my parents always emphasized, and my coach at the time would always emphasize, again, if you get injured or something happens, or say your paperwork doesn't go through in Europe, or you get stuck, what are you going to do? You're going to have no backup, nothing to lean on. So why not have the best of both worlds? Why not go to school, live the opportunity and the great experience of Division I soccer, at the same time getting your degree? So now that I have both options, I can choose at the end of it what I want to do after school. Do I want to get into a career, or do I want to get into soccer? So that's what really got me into thinking, you know, I have to be somewhat realistic. I know we can't be dreaming all the time, but sometimes you got to be a little bit realistic about your life.
That's facts. And then how do you decide on Niagara? Like, what was the process for like looking at the different schools and like selecting Niagara University?
So
and like, also your program too. Talk about that.
Yeah, it was hard. A lot of it is expensive because to get out there and known to the U.S. coaches, you got to go to them sometimes. You got to go to the States and do tournaments. I actually remembered I was in grade 11 and my parents couldn't afford to send me to the States North Carolina tournament, and I had to sell my PS4
Shit.
to go. Yeah, I worked the whole summer at a factory with my dad. Bought this beautiful white PS4, played it, loved it. But then when I realized that it's either sell it for $500 to get to North Carolina, I said I gotta take the chance I got.
How could you give up FIFA like that? Man?
I know it was tough, but yeah, that whole process was difficult, especially my first game. These guys are huge.
Yeah.
These guys are all 6 feet, big,
Jesus.
crazy players, and I was a little skinny, scrawny kid.
Yeah.
So it was a hard process. The beginning was a little discouraging when you going up against these like rough, crazy Americans.
Yeah.
But it was worth it at the end. I've been to Disney. I've been to North Carolina, Ohio, and all that. Just for the experience alone was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to the coaching, one of the coaches heard about me, came to a couple of my practices from Niagara University, and he said he liked me, and now that's where I am right now. And then I initially went into sports management. Didn't like it there. Didn't like the way, because I thought, easy course, easy, I like sports, I like managing. But then I realized it's hard to get into that field, especially it was so competitive. So instead I got into marketing and focusing on strategic food marketing actually too.
So does that help you within, like, say you wanted to go and become a professional athlete, would that help you manage how much you eat, what you eat, when you eat?
Yeah, so...
And I'm sure you work out a lot too, right?
Yeah, so we everything's disciplined and regimented,
Yeah.
Especially during preseason and in season, you gotta wake up early. You gotta go do your grind, work out, I think 3-4 times a week, practice every day. Games can be all the way in, again, Miami we've been to all over the country. And you gotta really take care of your body.
Yeah.
You gotta really focus on not partying and not focusing on the wrong things, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes to school, you gotta keep a certain grade up. So that's also another motivating factor that, like, if you don't keep your grades up, not only will you not start or play, but you might lose your scholarship.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that helped, keep us focused and disciplined in that.
You mentioned something really interesting. You were talking about how, like, the first, like, freshman year was tough for you, right?
Yeah.
So I was actually in a very similar situation where I went to Western to play varsity soccer as well.
Yeah.
And I also got a scholarship, right?
Nice.
Not a full ride like you, but I got quite a bit of money.
Nice.
And I remember, like, I got injured. I wasn't getting playing time. I was like, man, what am I doing here? And I had to have, like, a really big gut check.
Yeah.
So for you, when you said that, it was tough at first, but then you got through it.
Yeah.
So, like, what were the things you did to help you get better and make it through that time?
A lot of motivational videos, honestly.
Really?
You look at these.
Some people say those stuff doesn't work though.
Yeah, honestly, you want to look at these motivational people or these people that have been through these things that you've
Same
done.
thing.
What I like to do is look at not only just like famous people, but even people who are older than me on the team, to asking them what they did to get through this, or what do you do when you're a freshman coming in and you're most likely not going to play because you're young.
Yeah.
Or like, how do you cope with that? Just simple stuff like that help me understand the process and to take your time with it. You don't want to rush it and you don't want to get discouraged by it, because the moment you get discouraged by it, you've already lost the battle. So again, like, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Yeah.
So you got to wait for your time to come on, and when you come on, you got to make the most out of it.
Thank you for the motivational talk. But I want facts. I want, like, practical things, like, how did you, like, get stronger? How do you, like, get more discipline, confidence, all that kind of stuff? Like, what are practical
Is there,
things?
like, do you put an alarm clock, like, at 4 a.m.?
Yeah, like, what are the practical things you did?
When it came to lifting, actually my freshman year, I was really, I hated it, lifting. I was a skinny guy. I really hated it. I didn't think it would play a big factor in my soccer career.
Yeah.
But what the difference was in my freshman year was the eagerness to play and play and play and play. After we'd had practice during the day, we'd had games, but at the end of the day, we would go out, me and a couple of my friends, especially the motivated ones, would go out and play for a couple hours every single day. And that extra time period was a difference between you and the rest of the teammates that wanted to start,
Yeah.
So when we were going 2 hours, 3 hours, practicing shooting, crossing, and all those different things, that was the difference between me starting and me not. Because it gave you that extra time and that extra competitive advantage compared to everybody else. I only started getting into lifting until maybe last year, and then I noticed another big change.
Yeah.
And I wish I learned it earlier, but sometimes you got to learn it the hard way.
Yeah.
And since my freshman year, I've gained 25 pounds. So
shit, my G.
You're looking pretty slim.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty slim. So imagine how I was
awesome.
before. Yeah. So yeah, that was the biggest thing. Is just playing as much as possible.
Yeah.
Getting up every day, even when you're sore, even when your body's saying, "Yo, can't do this." Keep going, because it's a mental game that's gonna get you through it.
You mentioned in first year, you had to stop going like partying and eating bad food. Did you have like fear of missing out?
Yeah,
a
that's
lot?
a good question.
Yeah, our first freshman year we had we call it a dry season, but kind of like a partial dry season where we only actually drank or went out if we won. So and that freshman year was a rebuild year, so we didn't win too many games, but that was kind of like our rewarding. If we wanted to drink and have fun, we'd have to win and deserve it, right?
Yeah.
So you miss out on the parties and everything else, but it doesn't beat the experiences you get when you're going all over the country and playing soccer, you know?
Yeah.
So let's pivot a little bit. DJ Tuffy. You're practicing, you're going to class. How do you find time to become a DJ? How did that come about?
Honestly, that was that was one of the hardest things I have to do, honestly, and I still have the problem with that today. It's difficult.
But how did you get started in DJing? How did that even come about?
So how it started was in the basement with my friends. We were playing music, right?
Yeah.
Then he was changing the song at weird points. So I was like, "Yo, man, there's got to be an easier way to just transition from song to song, like a fade out or something." And then I started off searching up software or apps that can do that. And then I found this little software. And I was like, I'm gonna do this off my laptop.
Yeah.
Started doing it off my laptop. It's like, I kind of like this. I would be in my dorm room blasting music on my laptop, little blue HP laptop, just changing music. I was terrible, but I still love to do it. And then I slowly progressed from laptop to a small little DJ turntable to a bigger DJ turntable and then to a bigger DJ turntable.
Yeah.
But what really got me interested in was, and I've always been interested, is getting people happy with music. You know, Niagara's party scene isn't the best when it comes to music, so I wanted to give
Niagara on the map.
Give Niagara a little bit more of a good time.
Yeah.
And that was my main goal. I wanted to be that guy that made everyone had a good time. And I, especially playing soccer, I couldn't party as much, but I could definitely give them a good time.
Yeah.
So that's what really started getting me into it. It was just how do we transition from one song to another song better.
And you're South American, right?
Yeah.
So the party scene is there. The party scene there is crazy. So it's in your blood.
It's in my blood to have a good time. I would say, but definitely the party scene I would say got better when I started DJing.
So I'm wondering, how did you go from Jacob? Pull up the receipts.
Okay.
What receipts?
Okay. How did you go from a small blue HP laptop?
Oh my god.
To this?
What is this?
Turning up for
Tory Lanez, man.
opening up for Tory Lanez. How did this happen, man?
He's just standing there like his best friend.
Honestly, that was straight through the school.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
They were hosting the event, the Tory Lanez event for the school and the community, local community. And I heard that they were having Tory Lanez coming, and I was like, this would be a great opportunity to, get myself out there. Maybe I can DJ for him. I don't know, somehow. Luckily, my name was kind of out there already in the Niagara region. One recommendation to another. Talked to the campus activities, got me in. PNB Rock.
This man thought it was PND.
No, I told you next time.
Oh yeah, PND.
Is that Oh yeah, I guess.
And then,
go on, sorry.
And then got to open for those guys. Really cool opportunity.
And then after that, go on. Sorry.
Okay, by the way, who is Vice or something?
VC, that's
VC.
Tory Lanez DJ.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he has his own DJ, hype him up and everything.
Did you get his contacts? You can learn.
He's a mad cool guy.
Yeah.
I follow him. He follows me back.
Dope,
I'm gonna definitely hit him up one of these days when I get bigger.
And you can learn from him a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. I fell in love when I got there. That's what really got me in. What, I'm gonna take this super serious.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, right? Too, because you mentioned you want to take it super serious.
Yeah.
And then Jacob also made a good point. And one of the things he told me before the interviews was most of the shows that you do are on weeknights.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you find that balance between taking DJ seriously but taking soccer
Or
seriously?
at least I see your Instagram.
Yeah. Honestly, like I said before, that's probably one of the hardest things and probably one of the hardest decisions I'll have to make at one point in my life. But it's all about when it's something you love, you will always find something to
get it done.
Get it done. And again, for me right now, I think I prioritize soccer. Because, I'm only young once. My body will start slowing down eventually, but my mind will when it comes to DJ. DJs can go until whenever they want,
That's interesting, yeah.
So that's my mindset. Put everything I can into soccer, but at the same time, don't lose my competitive edge as DJing. Because I practice every day. No matter what, I get at least an hour or two every single day.
Yeah.
In order for me to get to where I want to be in 2-3 years, just in case I don't want to play soccer anymore.
Finished.
And then when it comes to balancing, a lot of it is time management. So for DJing especially, I will take Post-it notes and I'll hang it on my wall of exactly what I want to do, exactly what my future goals are, what my daily goals are, and what are some of the things I need to purchase. Anything that has to be related with DJing, I put that on my wall. And whenever I have that finished, I take it down. So I know that, okay, I'm one step closer to where I want to be in the future. Yeah. So that's just how I kind of manage it. I tell myself one sticker a day. Yeah. If I get one sticker off a day, then
that's a good.
I'll work my way there.
Yeah. I have a question about what was I gonna say? Man, I lost it.
We're gonna take a quick break now, just to and then we're gonna continue again.
Cool.
Now we're back.
All right, we're back. Shout out DJ Tuffy 13. Go check him out on Instagram. It's actually DJ Tuffy, not DJ Tuffy 13. Just making sure. One question. You mentioned that when you love something, you focus on it, or you find a way to do it, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of young people these days, including me, myself, I'm sure you have the same problem. You have pressure from your parents to do decent in school at least. Yeah. And they want you to get a normal job. Mm-hmm. But then you also have these other ventures where you want to play soccer, you want to DJ. Yeah. For us, it's our podcast. For him, it's Atila TV. How do you deal with that pressure? And when do you think is the right time to choose? Now is the time I stop listening to my parents. I do whatever I want.
Through those motivational people, famous people out there that are successful. One thing I learned is, if you're going to take risks for your life, do it as early as possible. Yeah. So, right now, I'm not working a normal job. I'm not working anything. I'm actually fully devoting myself to these two things. Yeah. Because I guess one makes me money, and the other, not yet, hopefully. But when it comes to the pressures of life, you just have to think you have the rest of your life to do the things you want to do. If you want to live that normal life and have a steady job, you could do that at 28, 29, 30 years old. Yeah. When you have kids, when you have a mortgage to pay for, when you have way more pressures on you when you're older. Mm-hmm. But now you have your parents' support still. Most people have their parents' support. You have less expenses, less things to really worry about. You're young still. You can do most of the things you want. You have more time. Yeah. So when it comes to time, you just have to think about how do you want to use your time now, because you won't have this time in the future.
That's true.
So that's how I deal with the pressure. I think that this is difficult, and there is a lot of pressure on me to, do what I have to do. Yeah. But I'd rather do it what I want to do now than do it later. Yeah. Because it might be too late in the future.
And your parents die eventually.
Exactly.
Yikes. Okay, moving on. Click on Tofino 33 real quick. I want to pull up a post.
Go ahead.
Yeah, from you playing soccer. I just want to have this in the background while I ask this question.
Go follow his personal too.
Yeah, follow his personal too. It's private, but I think let's pull up this one. So, I have a lot of friends. We probably both have a lot of friends that D1 bound. They want to go D1. Yeah. D1 for soccer, D1 for basketball, whatever it is. Yeah. And it's kind of daunting. A lot of people, how do I get noticed, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. For a young, grade 11, grade 10, grade 12 girl or guy, they want to go D1. They want to go play in the States. They want to get a full ride. What sort of advice would you give them? What should they do to get to that step?
First step, take school seriously. The first thing that college coaches, believe it or not, are looking at is your grades. When you have a good grade set, especially in Canada, they really value that. And that gives a lot of academic scholarships, so they don't have to put so much athletic scholarship into you. Yeah. And that helps the program in general, so they can give more athletic to the people who aren't that good in school, Yeah. And if they're going to pay for internationals to come in, which is extra money, you better have your grades high. So that's one thing to really focus on first, because grades comes in D1. Grades comes first, soccer comes second.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to, you said advice. You wanted advice of how they
Also,
can get there.
another big thing is especially if you're Canadian, you want to go to school in the States, getting noticed.
Yeah, it's honestly it's like with everything. It's not what you know, it's who you know, and how you place yourself into the opportunities to get to where you have to be. So again, you could be the nastiest soccer player, nastiest football player. You'll be playing on the streets and you'll never be noticed, right?
Yeah,
and how many times does that happen with people? And then eventually they just stop playing, right? So it's about setting yourself up into a team or taking the risk of joining something that you may be afraid of doing, but getting that opportunity to get down to the States or to go to these showcases where college coaches come. Another thing that is a big deal that I didn't know when I was younger is film your games. I know people that got scholarships just by film.
Yeah.
The coaches haven't even saw them yet. So having that basis, it might be annoying. You might have to get your dad or mom to do it every game, but it really helps because not only can you watch yourself play and see what you could do better, but make a video, send to coaches that you've just already widened your range of how many people you can contact.
Yeah.
And when I was trying to get scholarships, I think I've emailed at least almost 200 coaches all over D1, D2, NAI, all types, because you want to get yourself as many opportunities as possible, right?
Yeah.
So that's my advice if you're trying to go anywhere, Division 1, Division 2, or in the States in general. That's my advice.
For high school kids right now who are trying to get into soccer, but it could be any sport. I remember we have a lot of mutual friends, right?
Yeah.
And I remember telling one in 9th grade, I'm going to try out for TFC Academy.
Yeah.
And this guy laughed at me. I didn't end up going because my dad didn't allow me to. But how competitive is it to get into things like TFC Academy or what you played in Canada before you went to the States?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's crazy, especially if you're it's in this area specifically in Toronto. You have amazing players from Brampton, from Mississauga, from all over the GTA that are just ready and hungry to play for TSB, especially how TFC is doing right now.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be on that list.
Yeah.
Again, when it comes to TFC and trying out, I've only known maybe 2 people that actually went to an open tryout and actually made it through. Mostly, again, it's who you know, right?
That's true, yeah.
It's how you build the name for yourself throughout your soccer career, of what team you've played for, of what coaches you know, that really help you to get to that position. So, honestly, it's probably one of the most competitive things to get into. Honestly, I didn't get into it. I would love to if I had the chance to, but I wasn't really into building my name, building myself as a brand, as a soccer player.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to play when I was younger.
Just have fun.
Yeah, that was my idea of it, and I turned it into something.
Jacob brought up an interesting point. He said he wanted to play for TFC, but his parents didn't allow him.
Yeah.
And I think one thing I really admire about you is that you do 2 things I feel like everybody kind of wants to do, right? Like most people either want to play in the NBA, play professional soccer, or be a musician, be an artist, that kind of thing. But very few people actually get to do it.
Yeah.
I think a big part of that is because society tells them, oh, you can't do it. Their parents say you can't do it.
Yeah.
Coming up saying you wanted to play professional soccer, coming up saying you wanted to be an artist, DJ. How did your parents feel about that?
They're honestly the most supportive people out there.
Really?
My parents are really old. They're 66, 67. Damn. So, yeah. They don't have time to be bickering at me, and they just want to relax.
Are you the youngest?
I am the second youngest. I have a twin brother.
Oh, okay.
I have a twin brother, and he's just 3 minutes younger, so I don't know if that counts.
Does he mind being shown?
No, you can show him.
I'm sure you have one here.
I think it's go to the bottom.
I should have one with my birthday.
How did you have a picture with your brother?
Up there. No, not him. That's all. I'll scroll up.
I've seen this note out there.
Scroll up. There you go, right?
Oh, yeah, this
one. Here we
there.
go.
There you go.
What's
Twin brother. Very different looking guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Actually, I've never...
Eddie.
I don't think I may have met him once.
You've definitely met him once. He remembers you.
Okay, shout out his Instagram.
Shout out to...
What's the caption? What's your caption game like?
This is our birthday.
Oh, your birthday.
Yeah,
around Christmas.
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't around Christmas. The Airbnb just had a Christmas tree.
How is that like having a twin, man? I've always wanted a twin, but are you guys competitive?
Oh my God!
Or you guys like fight a lot?
We grew up fighting. Video games, crazy amount of fights. We're always competing against each other. But now we have our like own separate paths. Yeah, he's like a gym head, and I'm just a soccer player, DJ. So we're doing good now.
And you mentioned sisters, right? Two
older sisters. Yeah.
But back to the original question, right?
Yeah. My parents have.
I'll leave it up there.
Yeah, sure.
I was honestly afraid to tell my parents that I wanted to get into DJing because I didn't think what they think of it. You know, with DJing, you always think that it's like a certain lifestyle that you drinking, partying, girls, and all that. Like, yeah, it comes with that at times. It depends on your motives, but they're older and they're more traditional. They immigrated from Ecuador, so I was afraid of telling them, and then I think I told them maybe March before my birthday that I wanted to take it seriously, and honestly they were really proud. Wow. Again, my dad was a big soccer head and always pushed me to play soccer, but what they want me to be is happy, at the end of the day, and if it means DJing or playing soccer, as long as I'm happy, healthy, and have a good head on my shoulders and not getting into the wrong things, that's what that matters to them. And I think that's what matters to a lot of parents when it comes to their kids, hopefully, because you can't tell your kid what to do and how to live their life, It's up to them what they want to do.
How do you avoid if you DJ a lot, you're going to clubs or whatever, how do you avoid drinking, getting into the wrong group? Yeah, temptations.
That laughing.
Yeah. It's honestly there are some DJs that do it for that reason only. There's some DJs that do it for the clout, that do it for the fame, that do it for solely of getting the benefits of drinking, girls, and recognition. But in my head, honestly, I genuinely do it because I enjoy it. I love to do it, and I love seeing other people have fun listening to my music. When you have that ability to make other people happy, that feeling is irreplaceable. And that's just something that I always just believed in. So when it comes to drinking, I'll have a couple of drinks here and there. I won't get hammered, but
that's true.
But it's not something that I'm totally interested in. When I'm DJing there and I'm focused and I want to have a good time and I want everybody else to have a good time. What beats everything is not the money, it's not the clout, it's not the fame, it's appreciation I get after. When people come and say, "Oh, you did a good job," "Oh, yo, you're a good DJ," that honestly, that makes my world. That's what keeps me going. Not the money, not anything else. So
you honestly know you made it when your haters give you a compliment. If the people hated you for the longest time, give you a compliment.
Another thing I like, you mentioned, like I was giving you a tour of the office, and then you mentioned that you're actually thinking about getting your real estate license. Yeah. So hold on. Soccer player.
This guy got too much.
Real estate agent.
Yeah.
So like, why do you want to get a real estate license?
I would like to have that in my arsenal. My mom actually owns a bunch of properties. I've sold her a bunch of clients when it comes to renting her properties. So I've already have an idea of how the field is. Yeah. And that's something she always wanted to do, but she's too old to do it. And then she wants to hand that over to me. She wants me to help manage properties and purchase properties. She even helped me. She said she would help me buy a house if I had to. And for me, that's a good way to start up and building my portfolio as different from DJing and soccer.
Yeah.
So if I ever wanted to expand to anything else besides that, I always have another extra backup or an extra thing to.
Weapons.
Yeah. I like that. One thing I was good. You have something?
No, you can go ahead.
One thing I was thinking of asking was looking back on your life so far. Yeah. And whenever I ask this question, people are like, "Oh, no regrets. I wouldn't do anything differently." But like, being honest, like, right? Honestly speaking, looking back on like your life so far, are there things you would have done differently knowing what you know now?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of things. Who do you want to get from the DJ side or the soccer side?
Open question.
From the time you were born until now.
One thing that I do regret was getting myself out there earlier, especially for DJing.
Like you should have or you shouldn't have?
I should have. I was too shy. I was too scared of what people thought of me. I was scared of what the world was going to say about me, if I wasn't good, and then I'd stain my name and I'd be the worst DJ ever. So I think that I wish I could have started out earlier, had an extra year to, get my name out there would have helped to where I am now. And then when it comes to soccer, it's putting a little bit more time and effort, you know. You see all these professional soccer players who, you know, didn't play video games for days on it, or didn't do half the things that I got to do and fool around and have fun with your friends, because that was the difference between them being professional soccer players in Europe to being a regular person playing soccer. So honestly, that's probably one of my biggest regrets, is taking it seriously from younger, you know. But you can't control the past, you know. You just gotta look at the future.
No, it's interesting you mentioned that too, because like I think about that a lot of times, especially with like Atila and stuff, where it's like, should I spend an hour hanging out with my friends, or should I spend an hour working? Yeah. And it's always like it's hard to say you regret it though too, because like you have like good friendships.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting trade-off.
And you have to balance. One thing of me and my friends always emphasize is balancing. You know.
That's true.
If you got a girlfriend, if you got work, and you got your friends, you got to find the balance between all three. You can't be just doing solely one, because not only are you gonna hate your life, or you know, you're gonna be regretting a lot of things, because you're gonna miss out on so many opportunities.
You're gonna be
right?
miserable. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to learn how to balance, and that's again with time management. It's probably one of the hardest things, but once you figure out that time managing thing, then you're good to go when it comes to your life, you know.
Yeah, you have so much going on in your life right now.
Yeah.
And you're looking into like real estate, you said.
Yeah.
Is there like times you calm down, like where you have time for yourself, you just chill, you know, you watch a movie, maybe you, I don't know, I'm into meditating recently. Meditate, you know, maybe go to church, pray, like hang out with your family. Is there times you do that?
Yeah, well, my parents always make me go to church every Sunday.
True.
It's a good thing that I go, honestly. It keeps me sane. And probably the most time I have is in the shower, honestly. I take extra long showers, you know.
Those showers are key.
And I think that's where I actually like think of like these different ideas in my head of what I want to do, and that's what honestly keeps me calm from, you know, losing my mind. I've grown a lot of gray hairs this past actually couple months, but I know it'll all be worth it in the future.
It's definitely worth it. Yeah.
Why the gray hairs? What's been stressful so far?
Oh my God, just these late nights, early mornings, these everything's just going in my head of what I want to do. I want to build a studio in my basement. I want to get into real estate. I got to do summer school. I got to DJ and email clubs, do this, download music. It's just a lot of work. And then playing soccer on top of that, League One. I even have a game today at 5 o'clock. So I just got so much things to do, and that's what gives me the gray hairs. But I live off that. I love the stress. I love the motivation to keep going.
Keeps you alive.
Yeah. On the topic of, because you mentioned you have a lot of stuff you want to do, I have this question I call the 1, the 5, and the 25.
Okay.
So essentially, it's what would you like to do? Where do you see yourself a year from now, 5 years from now, 25 years from now?
Wow, that's a hard question. It's literally unpredictable at this point. In a year from now, I definitely want to have from a DJ perspective, a good solid base of who I am around the GTA and Niagara region. I plan on getting my name out there in the States. We'll see how that goes, but until I finish school, I won't be able to do that. When it comes to soccer, I plan on going overseas after soccer's done. Maybe I'll go somewhere in Europe, maybe Portugal or something like that. Yeah. If I don't make it, I don't make it. At least I got the experience and said I tried. That's my idea of it. 5 years from now, when it comes to a DJing perspective, I want to be out there. I want to be at least traveling the world, getting invited to clubs around the world, and opening for some big name artists at least within 5 years.
Hopefully people are opening for you.
Yeah, hopefully. I want to, by 5 years, I want to get into producing music and beats and stuff. Yeah. That's something I kind of growing a passion for. I'm learning how to play the piano this summer for that. So
really, wow.
So that's another thing I got to add onto the list. And then with soccer, by then I'll have it figured out. If soccer isn't a viable thing for me in 5 years, then that's where I will go from DJing and kind of like that real estate business side instead of having soccer there. Right. I'll always play soccer maybe on the side or doing something. Yeah. But if it doesn't work out to what I expect it to be, then I'll manage the two things will be DJing and business. You know, I've already started investing and doing stuff like that, getting, you know, used to that type of style. But yeah, that's what I see in 5 years. In 25 years, jeez, holy shit, am I 45 years old by then? 45. I hope to settle down. I'll probably stop DJing by then.
Why though? You said you could do that. You said you could do
it all, but I think I'll go deaf by then. Honestly, music. by then I want to have everything settled down. I would love to have all my investments start paying out for me, where I don't have to work as hard. I do want to start my own business in the future. I do have ideas for.
So let's take this in.
Check out this guy. I'm
Who's
sure he's
this?
about 45. How old
CEO
is he? 57.
David Solomon is the CEO of Goldman Sachs, one of the best banks in Canada.
And he's a
Net worth $50 million. 57 years old.
The guy's
and
a
he's
DJ.
No way.
Yeah.
DJ.
You pull up a picture. Maybe you can find a picture of him.
No way.
Jamie, pull up a picture. No, not on the video. Do picture.
Yeah, I'm doing picture images.
So you could be like the CEO of a real estate company.
No way.
Be
Check
45
him
years
out.
old and be a DJ.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is honestly crazy.
You don't have to stop at 45.
Look at this guy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, never know, man. Honestly. Oh,
But,
this
yeah.
guy's serious.
So you were no look P Diddy. But you were saying what's it called? So 25 years.
Yes, I do want to. I actually have a couple ideas that relate to DJing and websites. I don't know if I want to put it out there.
I keep
yet.
it low key for now.
So they're pretty good ideas, and I want to either start a platform for. We'll talk about it a little more in the future. You know, if you guys want in on that. Definitely a website, something with DJing. I have a good idea. Definitely want to have my own restaurant. Since I'm doing strategic food marketing, I kind of want to use that to my ability. And I have buddies that are chefs. I don't know if you know Eric Almedo.
Yeah.
He's a chef, and I have a couple other buddies who've
You
been in
really
that
have
industry.
a lot on your plate coming up, eh?
And also, it's cool too because you mentioned the thing about some ideas with DJing and platform. I think the last interview, I think the fourth person I interviewed for Atila TV.
Yeah.
He founded a company called Beat Camp, which essentially allows people to buy and sell beats.
Yeah.
So I can actually connect you with him afterwards if
That'd
you're
be
interested.
perfect. Yeah, no, that'd be perfect. Especially when I start getting really into it, because I know people that make a lot of money off that alone,
yeah.
right?
I have a friend that actually is a producer. I can connect you as well.
Yeah, go holy. I got a lot to learn still. I'm not even done learning to perfect DJing yet,
That's
but
true.
when I get into beats, I'll definitely get into that.
Is there someone you look up? You said in soccer you look up to Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably look up to other people.
Yeah.
Messi, whatever. Is there someone in the music industry you look up to?
What first got me into DJing was one person's name is DJ Puffy. That's probably why I got DJ Tuffy.
Not this
DJ
Puffy.
No.
Not Puff Daddy.
DJ Puffy.
Is he a famous dude?
Guy from Barbados. Yeah, he's pretty famous.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got like 100,000 followers and stuff. Yeah, he's a big DJ actually. He's amazing, and he was doing these scratching, these tricks, and all this stuff, and that's what got me falling in love with it. So he was somebody I really looked up to when it came to, being an entertainer.
Yeah.
Not only being a DJ, that's someone that plays music, but being someone that can entertain people. One thing that I need to learn, and it still would be great if I learned how to, was emceeing effectively.
Yeah.
Talking to people.
Exactly. That's something that I admire, because that's a whole different ballgame coming from DJing. You can DJ all you want, but the big difference between some of these big name DJs is ability to connect with the crowd using your voice,
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of guts, because you're speaking into a mic rather than letting the music play for you. So that's probably one of my first and biggest.
I don't know if I asked you this question, but you mentioned that one of the regrets you had was not putting yourself out sooner because you felt insecure.
Yeah.
How did you get over that insecurity?
With the help of friends and family, honestly. I don't know if I was good enough or not. I don't know if I was, able to be the person I would be right now, but they definitely encouraged me. If you have a good group of people around you and a good set of friends, they'll help you get to where you want to be. They'll motivate you. They'll tell you if you're bad or if you're good, and they'll connect you into places that you want to be. And this is why I've also learned is never burn your bridges and never get rid of your friends, because those are the guys not only are going to motivate you, but are going to hook you up with those opportunities, know. And that's what I notice about everything. It's about keeping all your friends and all your people in a good mindset, because you never know when you're going to need them.
That is true.
Final question on this piece before we have to take another break. So I asked you before, how do people get noticed as soccer players?
Yeah.
Again, so many SoundCloud rappers out there. Everyone wants to get noticed. Everyone wants to get put on.
Yeah.
How can people get noticed if they're just in the music industry?
It's literally connecting yourself with other people.
kind of thing.
It's literally connecting. Like,
how do you do that then?
Honestly,
Like, let me put it this way.
I'm going on Atila TV.
Let's say starting from scratch, right? Let's say I'm a random grade 12 student. I'm a first year university student.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, I want to be a rapper. I want to be a singer. I'm gonna be a girl, but I want to be a singer.
Yeah.
I have 0 followers on Instagram. I have like 15. They're all my friends.
Yeah.
How do I get put on?
So, what I say is pick your timing properly. I waited a little bit too long, but develop yourself enough to where you are able to demonstrate who you really think you can be.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have that good base, then you just start slowly building up your base by following a bunch of friends of here, friends there, people from your school, people that you have some sort of relationship with. And then the best way that I thought was, honestly, like especially for me as a DJing, is connecting with actually local artists or people that are on the same path as you.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times that these local artists from like Buffalo, New York, and Niagara Falls will shout me out or hook me up with an event or stuff like that because they see my account and they see that I'm on the same pathway.
Balance all that. It's just all about time management, right?
And I think it's also gonna help you with the stereotype too, right? Because I feel like honestly, even me in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's gonna be a soccer player and a DJ. He's probably one of those kind of like just have fun kind of guys.
Yeah.
But like listening to you talk about it, you definitely have like a very clear vision of where you want to go.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, man. That's impressive.
And that's the hardest thing is figuring out exactly what you want to do in life, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, especially our age or even younger, don't know what they want to do, and that's why I just say do something that you love, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hear that from everybody, do something you love, so it's not a job, but.
Another thing too, I noticed you do is that like basically everything you're doing full time is what most people do as a hobby, right?
Yeah.
Like we all love to play soccer. We all love to make music and stuff for fun.
Yeah.
But like very few actually get paid to do that.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah. When I first got that DJ check, literally like I was like, I didn't have to get that. I don't care if I got this. I was happy doing this.
For free,
It's an amazing opportunity. So yeah, it's doing something you loved, and then eventually things will work out where you will get paid for. You'll get paid back for it, because you're gonna develop it. You're gonna get so good at it that people want to pay you to do it,
Yeah.
So.
I was gonna ask that. Do you have like a don't give a? Can we swear this?
No, don't swear.
Don't give a F mindset, like where like you don't care what people think about you.
And that's probably a big issue that I have is sometimes I'm too thoughtful about what people think of me, because as a DJ you wanna please everybody. And sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't play, the Miley Cyrus, the Britney Spears that some of these people want, or the hard 21 Savage songs that that they want. And that's a obstacle I gotta learn to do is to really not pay attention to so many what these little few things have on me, or else that will throw me off my game.
Yeah.
So I do feel like I'm confident, but as a DJ, I'm always looking to get better, and I'm never satisfied whenever I perform. I always think, oh my God, I should have done this better. I could have done that better. I could have done that. So that's something that, like you said, I need to definitely develop as not only as a DJ, but even in soccer myself. Just as
a person.
Just not care. Yeah, not care, but focus, be more confident.
On the topic of you said 21 Savage, Miley, what are you listening to right now?
I listen to everything. Right now, the flow I'm in is Afro beats.
No way. Who?
Oh, I listen to everyone. Davido,
that's Nigeria. My G.
Davido, Mr. Easy, all those guys.
So Nigerian music, that's dope.
People don't listen to Afro beats enough,
How do you even get exposed to Afro beats?
Honestly, to be the honest truth,
don't be honest. Lie to us. Like I said, honestly, to be the honest truth.
Because honestly, I don't want to say this, but I have to say it. But my ex-girlfriend put me on this.
Shout out your ex.
Shout out my ex.
Shout out your current girlfriend if you have one.
Don't have one. Can't have time to have one. But I would go to Brock all the time. She lived at Brock, and the culture there is really different from Niagara. They have a lot of African people and a lot of
in Brock.
Yeah. Oh well, wow. Tons. And one of the few DJs that put me on first. Was a Afrobeat DJ.
Yeah.
Really, really, really cool guy. And
you know his name?
Yeah. Kennedy Boateng.
Shout out Kennedy Boateng. We put people on, man.
Ghanaian guy. Really cool guy. Really good DJ if you're into Afrobeats. I went to a couple of his parties. I'm like, yo, what is this? This is not reggae. It's not dancehall. This is different. And My girlfriend's like, you know, it's Afro beats. I'm like, what do you mean Afro? What is Afro beats?
Was she African or?
Oh no, like she's Filipino. She's Asian, and it was weird. I'm like, everybody's bumping. Everybody knows the lyrics to the song. I'm like, how do I not know this? And then that's why I started getting into Afro beats, and I switch from time to time. I listen to different flows. So like, I'll get into like a Hispanic flow. I'll get into like a hard trap flow, and then Afro beats. Depends on the week. Depends on the month. You know how I'm really feeling, but. Right now, I'm on that Afrobeat flow, really.
Yo, if you're listening to Afrobeats, listen to the two people. Burna Boy.
Burna Boy is good.
Shout out Burna Boy.
Shout out Burna Boy.
He's so sick.
And then my favorite, J Hus.
J Hus is good. Those guys are so good. When they like connect with London rappers, and that flow, oh my god, it's.
Speaking of London rappers, love Skepta,
Stormzy,
all those guys. They have even those London rappers have like a different like an Afrobeat flow.
Yeah,
that I
that's
noticed.
true.
You know, they kind of keep their culture relevant back to their roots, and that's what I really enjoy about them, and that's something I definitely need to get more familiar with. And as a DJ, you got to be exposed to every single type of genre of music, you know. So
that's a perfect segue.
Yeah.
Speaking, since you're a DJ, you have to listen to a variety of music because when you go to a club, you gotta at least play a few here in R&B, hip hop, whatever. So do you have a lot of music, different types of music on your phone that you just listen to?
Yeah, honestly.
If it gets hot, then I'll play it.
When people listen, like, if I would put my phone on shuffle, like, in the car, like, sometimes some very off songs to some of my friends would come on, and it's just, I don't mind, I don't have a preference, a specific preference, like, I do have a preference, but I don't have a set mindset of, oh, I only play trap music, or I only play...
What's the song you listened to on your way here? What was the last song you listened to? And you know, no changing. It has to be whatever came up first.
That song.
Ooh, Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez and Davido. It's a new song.
I don't want us to get demonetized or whatever, copyright. But let me see the song. 2 a.m. Tory Lanez and Davido.
Really good song. One of my boys put me on. So I don't have a set genre. I don't tell myself that, you know, I'm only listening to trap music. Screw all those other genres of music. No, I like EDM. I like all these different types of genres of music because it's something that I have to learn to play for everybody that wants to hear it, you know? And as a DJ, especially a lot of DJs forget to understand that you're not DJing for yourself. You're not DJing the songs you want to play. You're DJing for the crowd. And that's a hard thing to do as a DJ is reading a crowd and understanding what they want to hear.
Yeah.
And then just coming on to like sort of like the ending part of the interview now, a question I like to ask called, what are you currently obsessed with? So this can be anything. A workout at the gym, a new restaurant you discovered, YouTube channel, Instagram channel.
I'm currently obsessed
anything.
with. I'm obsessed with vinyl. Like old school vinyl records. I actually just bought 2 old school turntables. Like now everything's digital, so they have everything compacted and it's like a 1 unit. Yeah. That's what I have. But I actually just recently purchased like actual like turntables that they used to do back in the day with vinyl. So I'm really into scratching and really into you know, making tricks and stuff with the records and stuff. So that's one of my obsessions. I can't stop going to the basement and practicing because I just want to keep practicing and getting better at it. Yeah. So that's one of my obsessions that I have, I think.
And what do you think about, going back to the music, what do you think about like the old rap versus now the new school rap?
Oh my god, big difference.
Are you a fan of both? Or
I'm a fan of both, but honestly, I would rather hear the old school on a. I think the old school had more. Term. Yeah, like, old school had more meaning. Old school lyrics a little more purpose, a little more positive in some songs, obviously. Now everything with its new music, everything's just about hype. Everything's just about a good beat in the background and just a good like kind of jive to it, you know. My brother-in-law, he's way older than me. He's about 38 now, and what really got me into Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Wu-Tang Clan. So I had a good base from when I was younger. When I was grade 8, I was listening to that, and nobody was listening to that, but you know, I was listening to that, and you can just tell everything was more legit, more. These guys are actual rappers. Where nowadays you have rappers from all kinds, all these SoundCloud rappers that
because it's easier to become a rapper.
It's easier, you know,
social media
with marketing and just being able to get yourself out there is just easy.
But see, I actually think that the counterpoint to that, and one thing I like about today's rappers is that like there's more flavors, right? Like a big thing, for example, like a video I was watching recently was like 50 Cent versus Kanye West.
Yeah.
if you wanted to be a rapper in 2005, you had to be chains, tattoos, all that kind of stuff. You had to be like, you had to act hard.
Yeah.
But Kanye West came out with the backpack, the polos, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff to be yourself.
Yeah.
Now people like Childish
Chance the
Gambino,
Rapper.
Chance, you know,
Yeah.
being just authentic, nerdy people.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that's another positive though, like modern day
Yeah.
rap.
No, yeah. And now people can branch out to all these different types of artists, you know? There's literally an artist for every single, you know, small group of
Yeah.
people now
Yeah.
because you have so many different ones. And honestly, yeah, like, so on top of that, that's a good thing that they have now. I'm really happy because
Yeah.
easier for me now,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
as a DJ.
More music.
Yeah, more music,
More
more
different
people.
types of music.
Exactly.
I really want to love 6ix9ine, but
You know,
I love his beats. Whoever his producer, Metro Boomin, whoever.
Metro Murder,
Yeah,
yeah.
Murder.
Guys are
Those
crazy.
guys are sick.
Those guys are-
6ix9ine, I cannot.
It's
Yeah.
he's just for the hype, you know. He's just something. He's just straight club ragers, mosh pits. Like that's,
Okay,
that's
but
what
like,
it is
yeah.
for. And some people like that. A lot of people like that, honestly, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, if you're trying to listen, yeah, like, I don't think I could listen to him in the car, you know, like on my way here to Toronto. Like,
One thing I'll put out there is that the interview he did with the Breakfast, like, I really don't like a lot of things that Tekashi does, and I disagree with it. But if you watch his interview he did with the Breakfast Club that went viral,
yeah,
this guy has a very smart marketing mind.
yeah,
Like everything he's doing, he knows what he's doing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like he understands this is what I'm gonna do. This is how people are gonna react. I'm gonna get more album sales, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
It's-
It's like you're talking about marketing yourself and selling yourself.
Yeah.
Tekashi has some good lessons to learn. And
I
some bad
wouldn't
lessons.
say it's market. This is just cloud chasing.
What's the difference?
Cloud chasing. I don't know. Marketing is more thought out. Cloud
That's
chasing.
what
is
I'm
just
telling you. It
being
is thought out. Like this guy knows what he's doing.
he
Like
He's-
obviously he took it way too far.
Yeah.
Like, don't do what he did. But like there are some things he did.
he's doing it, everything like in the full extremes. He wanted to get himself out there as quick and as
Yeah, that's-
hard as
That's
possible.
the problem, I think.
But he is technically a marketing genius because he took the cards he had and he knew if I'm going to talk smack about this guy, I'm going to get this reaction and
Yeah.
that's going to get me this much publicity and then that's going to get other people talking about me and then his whole name's out there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely he did it the wrong way because look at him now, but definitely what I learned from him is don't be afraid to expose yourself out there,
Yeah.
you know, post yourself on social media.
I think that's what I think that's what it is about Tekashi, authenticity.
Yeah, you know,
He stays true to himself.
yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
careers and all that kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, don't try to be something. Oh, I don't know if he is who he is, but don't try to be something.
That's
you're
true too.
not.
He could be pretending, but maybe
Yeah.
sometimes it's like authentic pretending.
Yeah.
You know?
But he's a good actor if he's doing it.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So
But he went that far with it, so he's got to have some trueness to that.
yeah, but like Tekashi is, next topic.
What do you think about Canadian musicians? Like, have you heard of Dax? Like, Small.
Yeah.
Have you heard? Dax actually had beef with Tory Lanez. by the
Yeah,
way.
I saw that. Dex, Young Tory is another coming.
Yeah.
Canadian
the guy
artist.
from Saga. I forgot his name.
Probably
Ram
still
Riddles?
running up soon.
No.
Riddles and.
Oh,
Ram
Ram
Riddles.
Riddles.
Yeah, Ram Riddles. Yeah.
What's that song? Sweeter Man.
Yes.
That song is a
Yeah.
banger.
Yeah,
How do you think they're gonna compare to the U.S.
It's
U.S. rap or British rap even?
So a lot of the, I don't know with these. So I see all these local artists and I follow a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it's like some of them are just a little bit too much of the same style, you know. And to
Toronto
be
slang
to
and
be
everything.
to be somebody out there in the music industry, especially in the States and in Canada, you got to be different now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, that there's so many different types of artists. You got to figure out some sort of niche market where you are different from everybody else.
Yeah.
And a lot of these Toronto rappers coming from Brampton, Saga, people from my school and all around the places, literally just sound the exact same.
Yeah.
Just different beat or different, nothing unique about them. And that's my biggest thing about them. I know Young Tory, who's a big one that's coming out of Brampton, he actually asked my brother to shout him out when he had no followers. He came to us at a gas station handing out his mixtapes.
Shit.
And now he has, I don't even know how many followers. He probably has like 100,000 followers now. I don't even know.
What's
Young
his name?
Tory?
Young Tory.
Young.
Wow.
Y-U-N-G. Y-U-N-G.
Do you have any other
Or
questions?
Y-U-N-G.
Do you have any other questions you want to ask?
No.
Yeah, that guy right there.
He's even verified everything.
148,000
Yeah.
followers.
He was,
Shut up.
when I was in grade 12,
Yeah.
he came up to us at the gas station. Grade 12, that was 3-4 years ago.
Is he our age?
Ooh, he might be a little bit older, but he came from literally nothing.
Jeez.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what was different about him, he was different. He like, if you listen to music, and I suggest you, he has a couple good songs where it's totally different from the mainstream thing. Yeah, he
Yeah.
probably got hated on maybe a little bit at the beginning, But at the end of the day, you don't want to be listening to the same old
thing.
rapper, right?
Yeah.
So that's somebody that is a good example of somebody getting out of the local to branding themselves to bigger, better.
So second last question. You want to go back to his Instagram page? So
Third last question.
Oh yeah, okay. Ask your question.
All right. No, it's a last question. Like it's a last question. It's a
I was gonna do the last question. Okay, fine.
Okay, fine. Where can people find your music?
That's what I was gonna ask. I was literally gonna ask that.
Where do people find my music?
Where can they find music? Do you have anything you want to promote? Tell people about?
So honestly,
Sell yourself, man.
So this is what came back to before what we were talking about before about me being afraid to go out there. I had a SoundCloud. I posted a couple of mixes, but again, I wasn't satisfied with them. I noticed little things, things I didn't want to do it, and I just took it down and archived it so that I can only hear it for myself. I'm actually coming out recently in the future with probably by next week I'll have a Latin and a hip hop mix coming out for a SoundCloud, and maybe a summer vibes type of one, with some Afro beats and some stuff like that. But
do you have a SoundCloud?
Yes, I do have a SoundCloud.
Pull that up.
Should be DJ Tuffy on SoundCloud. Yeah.
DJ Tuffy.
Yeah. So there's nothing on there right now, but it'll definitely be coming out very soon. I've been too busy. You have to put a lot.
Okay, whatever. We'll link it. We'll link it.
Yeah, it's DJ Tuffy everywhere.
Yeah.
So know his name.
And if everyone watching this or listening, we'll link everything below, so you can check that out. Final question for you is, I'll ask two questions. You can pick the one you want.
All right.
The first question is almost like, what's something you want to tell someone watching? Like, if you could tell them like maybe a piece of advice or something you want to something you want to like leave the audience with, what would it be? Or a letter to your younger self. So if you could like go back 4 years in the past and tell yourself something, what would you tell them?
I think that I'm gonna answer both questions at the same time with what I'm gonna say. The biggest thing is don't wait for life to come to you. Go to it. It's things will only come to you if you go to what you want to do. I didn't see these opportunities until I told myself, I'm gonna take this seriously. I'm gonna start doing things that will get me to there, and then that's when all these things just start coming at once. You're like, holy. It's crazy. Yeah. So don't waste your time. Time is finite, If you got to do something now, do it now, and don't waste your time. To me, that's the biggest thing about life, Yeah.
That's dope. DJ Tuffy. Thanks, man.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. No problem.
And that concludes this episode of Atila TV. Catch you on the next episode. Peace.
She ain't gotta tell me what to do with it. I already know. Been knew I had a juice with it. Y'all ain't ready though. Outside, got the vision going. I'ma make it go.